In a village nestled between rolling hills and a sparkling lake, there lived an ordinary boy named Arthur. Unlike most children his age who dreamed of adventures beyond their village, Arthur's imagination knew no bounds. He would spend hours lying on the soft grass in the fields near his home, gazing at the fluffy white clouds drifting across the vast expanse of the sky. "Look, Mama," he would often shout, pointing at the clouds. "I see a majestic castle made of clouds." Or wow, a fleet of cloud ships sailing on the wind, or even a fearsome dragon with wings of mist. His mother, a kind woman with a gentle smile, would always join in on his game, pretending to see the same wonders in the clouds as her son. One day, after a long afternoon of playing in the fields, Arthur, tired and happy, stretched out on the grass and soon drifted into a peaceful sleep. The clouds continued their silent dance across the sky, oblivious to the tiny dreamer below. But something extraordinary happened that day. A particularly soft and fluffy cloud dipped down from the sky, enveloping Arthur in its comforting embrace. It was like being wrapped in a giant marshmallow, gently lifting him higher and higher until the world shrunk beneath him. When Arthur finally opened his eyes, he found himself in a place that seemed straight out of his wildest dreams. He was standing on solid clouds that stretched as far as the eye could see. These weren't the wispy, fleeting clouds of his home. No, these were firm and resilient, forming streets, bridges, and even towers that reached for the heavens. Birds with shimmering silver wings glided above him, their songs echoing through the cloud formations. In the distance, Arthur could make out majestic gates carved from swirling mist, arching over an entrance to this ethereal realm. Curiosity and a sense of adventure tugged at his heart, urging him forward. As he stepped through the gates, the world unveiled itself before him. He found himself in a bustling city where cloud people went about their daily lives. They looked like ordinary humans, yet they seemed to glow from within, their forms ever shifting, changing with the currents of air. Their voices were soft like the wind chimes as they greeted him with open arms, welcoming him to the kingdom of clouds. "Another dream walker has arrived," one of them whispered, their words carried on the breeze. "Perhaps he is the one," added another, their voice laced with hope. Arthur, still in awe of his surroundings, couldn't understand their words, but he sensed their longing. He turned to a tall figure approaching him, radiating an otherworldly calm. It was the Cloud King, robed in white mist, his crown shimmering like moonlight on water. "Welcome, young traveler," the king said, his voice resonating with kindness. "We've been expecting you." Arthur, still in a daze, could only manage a confused expecting me. "But how?" The king gestured to the pendant hanging around his neck, the one he always wore when he played his cloud games. "This pendant calls to us, linking our world to yours. It seems fate has brought you here for a special reason." Arthur touched the pendant, suddenly aware of its strange pull. Could this be real? Was he truly in the land of clouds? The king explained that their kingdom was in peril, shrouded by a growing darkness known as the Shadow Tempest. If it spreads further, the skies will be plunged into eternal gloom. "Devoid of the light and wonder you bring us," he said, his voice heavy with worry, "we believe you are the one who can stop it. You have a pure heart and an untamed spirit, qualities that give you the strength to overcome any challenge." Arthur, despite his initial disbelief, found himself accepting the king's words as truth. He looked out at the worried faces of the cloud people, their hopes resting on his shoulders. With newfound determination, Arthur set out on his quest, guided by a small, brave cloud child named Zephyr. Together, they journeyed across the kingdom, each step bringing Arthur closer to understanding the magic that filled this world. Overcoming challenges and discovering his own hidden strengths, he knew that the fate of two worlds now rested in his hands.